Hey everyone, I'm Almar of almarsguides.com, and this is my Everquest gameplay video. So this video here is going to be for people that are interested in starting up Everquest and just want to look at the game and figure out if it would be for them. So Everquest was created quite a while ago, and it definitely isn't a game that's for everyone. However, it definitely is a game that you'd want to check out if you're a fan of MMORPGs, and the current ones in modern day are becoming boring for you. Say you play like World of Warcraft and that's just becoming boring, and you really want something that's just vastly different than WoW. And you're really frustrated that pretty much every game out there and every game that comes out is pretty much just like WoW. In that case, EverQuest might be worth a try for you. It's going to be completely different than WoW, and you're going to realize that a lot of the ideas that went into WoW, and went into other new age games came from this one. A lot of the good ideas, of course. Most of the crappy ones they thought up of themselves. So right now in EverQuest, I'm playing my Beast Lord, which is I'm a Vashur Beast Lord. It's the cat race, which was added during Shadows of Lucklin, one of the older expansions. I think like the fourth one or something like that. Third one, I'm pretty sure. And it's one of my favorite classes and pretty much one of my favorite races too. But that's pretty much not what you're here for. So let's get started with a few different parts of EverQuest and a few different things about the game. So one, this game has an interesting combat system that you probably won't be that used to. It's pretty much a one-hit auto attack system. You hit auto attack and then your character starts attacking. As you get more AAs and stuff like that, you'll unlock more abilities that you'll be able to use, and you'll have more buttons to hit. And also, if you're a caster, you have the spell bar, which you can see on the left-hand side of my screen over here, and that's loaded up with abilities that I'm able to use and actually press to make combat more interesting and engaging. However, like a class like a warrior, initially, all you really have is like auto attack, bash, kick, and taunt. At least for the starting portion of the game. And as a free-to-play player, you're going to be limited to 4 classes initially: warrior, rogue, wizard, and cleric. So it might be a little discouraging initially with only these few classes available. One of them might not be the class you enjoy playing. Like, you might like necromancers or pet classes in games like this, and those classes are currently unavailable until you pay the monthly subscription, and then you'll be able to play those classes. So that might be the biggest initial turnoff to you as a new or returning player to the game. However, that is something you can work around fairly quickly. What I recommend you do if you're a new or returning player to the game is jump in the free-to-play, pick any server, maybe like Strom, Drynal, Zegany, something like that. Ignore the PvP server for now, and I'd even say ignore Feronia V for now, the role-playing server, because that has, much more odd rules, I guess you could say, when it comes to the game. Because there's no OOC, which is out of character, so there's not going to be like a out-of-character channel that you'll be able to communicate in much like other servers. And also the loot rules on this server are radically different. It's not really a new player-friendly server, so I wouldn't recommend picking it right away. And you also won't be able to pick the progression server until you actually start paying for the game, which you might want to avoid even if you do drop the $15 on the game initially. So anyway, back to what we want to do. Run through the tutorial and learn the game. Learn the combat system, learn how things work, figure out if you would even like the game if you got to play the class that you'd want to play. And if you do think you would like the game, maybe you get to level 10 and you didn't quit yet, you didn't get really extremely bored yet, and you wanted to continue playing, you can continue playing. As the free-to-play, you can level up to max level if you wanted to. Once you get out of the tutorial, run around the world, start exploring, venture throughout all of Norath, and figure out if the game would be for you, if you'd like to play it, and stuff like that. And once you realize if you would like to play the game, then it would be time to shell out some extra money for, the monthly fee. You can buy, pay for the game, buy a month, pick the class you want, and actually see if you like the game. I mean, honestly, $15 ain't too much for 1 month. I mean, really, that's like a dinner. and just don't eat pizza one night, and you're and you pretty much paid for EverQuest. So that's definitely something you want to keep in mind, and maybe even do. Buy the game essentially, and pretty much that's going to be the deciding point, is to create a low-level character on the free-to-play and start pushing yourself and figure out if you like the game. That's pretty much what the free-to-play is for, in my opinion at least, is just to figure out if you like the game or not. It's pretty much a trial, but you get to see the entire game if you wanted to. I wouldn't actually recommend, playing EverQuest for free forever, because it is extremely limited the free to play is. So, like I said, again, I know I keep reiterating the point, but it is a very important point. Just give it a whirl, see if you like it, and if you do, drop the $15 on it, create the class you want, pick the race you want, and dive into the game pretty much. As you can see, I'm on my Beast Lord here. I have a bunch of skills on the left-hand side of the screen. These are my spells. I can use each and every one of them, and I can activate them as I see fit. And as you can see, some of them have like a little red box over them that is slowly decreasing. That lets me know that they're currently on cooldown. And as you can see, the interface might be a little bit daunting / confusing depending on if you're a new player or not. Don't really worry about that. Everybody can, you can move everything around on this interface, and also there's a website called EQ Interface, I'm pretty sure, that you'd be able to download a different interface skin if you'd like to. It seems a little clustered, so that might be, like I said, a bit of a turnoff. However, you won't need all of this stuff on your screen initially. I just have this all on here because, I'm used to the game, and this is pretty much how I like it. You don't even need 2 chat boxes if you want. You don't need all these extra bars on the screen and stuff like that. However, everything else you probably will need on the screen. So, as you can see, what I'm doing here is I'm pretty much just killing mobs. This is more of a more boring, I guess you could say, gameplay of the game. I just wanted to throw together, some little bit of the game, graphic-wise and stuff like that, to show, to give you a little quick rundown of the game. Now, there's a few different things you should know about the game. First, I'm going to run up on this hill here, which I just did, and I'm going to be medding right now. What medding is you sit down and you pretty much regenerate mana. In EverQuest, it's very old school in a sense. You have to stop fighting, go sit down to regenerate mana, and replenish your character's attributes, but stats, whatever you want to call them, your pools up here in the upper left-hand side. As you can see, due to the fact that I'm sitting down, I have this swirly box that says you are resting and recovering health, mana, and endurance at an increased rate. This is something everybody has to do. They have to go sit down and regenerate their mana. So, that's not something, just specific to this class. And it's one of the main things that EverQuest is kind of about. You have to, take a step back and regenerate mana. And also in this game, groups, what they do is they're going to pull to a certain area. So say I was in a group right now. In this area, pretty much between this stump and this rock, is probably where the group would be set up. Everybody would sit here, and one player would run out to this big field, grab a mob, and pull him back to the group. Once he gets to the group would kill him, and then he would go out, find another mob, and pull the mob back. And that's called pulling, ultimately, and he would be a puller. That is pretty much, it's an older style of play. It was also seen in Final Fantasy XI, and that's pretty much how grouping works in EverQuest. Now, there's some dungeon crawl instances. No, I'm not saying like dungeon crawl instances as in, a group instance where you enter there and, it's its own dungeon off the world, which there is those, which they're called LDONs, Lost Dungeons of Norath. It's pretty much just an acronym for the expansion that they were included in. They're pretty fun, and nobody really runs them anymore. However, if you really wanted to, you could probably get a group together and run one if you actually wanted to. But the gameplay of this game is pretty simplistic. Like I said, there's an auto attack button, you got some spells, and as you can see here on all of my hotbars, I have different abilities, which most of these were given to me by AAs, which are known as alternate advancement. And what they are is pretty much, I'll show you in a second. I'll open up my inventory and show you a few of the AAs, or the AA window here. Now what AAs are, as it sounds, alternate advancement. You can put your experience into AAs and they give you an alternative means to advance your character past his regular potential. So say, you're level 90 and, you have all of the normal stuff your character has. Say you want ambidexterity here, which increases your chance to dual wield successfully. Say you want, let me see, Bloodlust. This ability, when activated, allows your weapons to proc with every swing for up to 18 seconds. Extremely, extremely useful. You have Feral Swipe, which is an activated ability. This ability allows the Beast Lord to make an additional vicious attack against their foe. And then additional ranks increase the damage done. AAs are pretty much... I'm trying to think of a proper way to, like a comparison to put them. I really can't think of one, though. But what AAs are for, pretty much, is advancing your character in ways that levels can't do. You can increase your strength, you can increase your attributes, you can increase pretty much everything with AAs. And that's something normal levels won't be able to provide for you. And it's definitely something that is unique to Everquest and is one of the best parts about Everquest. So, that's pretty much all I can think of going over in this gameplay video. Now, I know it's probably not the best showcase of gameplay, but this is really, the basic play experience for me. I log on, run around, get my XP, I mostly solo, but you can group up. Of course, you can get into a guild and, group up all the time in groups and higher level stuff. And like I said, people will pull stuff, mobs to your group. You'll kill the mobs, make a lot of experience. It's lots of fun. There's tons of social aspects to the game. Somebody will pull, as you're waiting for the puller to come to you, everybody will be chit-chatting. So that's, a great reason or a great part of the game that a lot of games lack nowadays. Just normal dungeons. It's all just go, 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 go. And nobody stops to talk to other players and stuff like that. That's one of the great parts of Everquest is, you'll be chit-chatting with everybody all the time and stuff like that. And I strongly recommend this game if you just want to break from the norm. If you're fed up with typical World of Warcraft and other WoW-esque games that are pretty much just a rip-off of WoW, try something new. Try Everquest. Who knows? You might actually like it. You might fall in love. It might be the new coolest thing and the long-lost game that you've always been wanting to play, but you never knew you'd enjoy it so much. So that's pretty much all I can think of for this video. There's tons more to learn and know about the game, of course, but I could just go on for hours, and obviously you don't want to be sitting here watching a video for hours. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, like, comment, subscribe to me for future gaming and Everquest videos. And as always, good luck and happy hunting, guys. I'll catch you around.